Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see a program example of inheritance. So I created two classes already. We will discuss one by one. First, what I had done in class A. So I created a class A and declared two data members. One is integer and another one is string. So integer is serial number and string name. Now I have got a constructor here of class A and I have assigned the values for the data members, and to show that this constructor has been executed, I am just displaying an output message. That's all you are going to do in this class. So compile this, close. Now I am creating another class. So you see the difference here. Here public class B is the class name, and you are going to extend it from the previous class, that is class A. So this extends keyword will connect, or you can say inherit class B from class A. So that means you can see an arrow mark. Okay, I will show you that. You can see an arrow mark which will link to that. Right. So here what I am doing is I have created two more data members. Okay, marks and grade. I am initializing both in the constructor class B. Now after which I am going to print a message that you have executed a subclass constructor, and I am printing the variables, that is this serial number and name is the data members of class A, and this marks and grade is the variables data members of class B. So I am just, since it is connected, I can use the variable of class B as well as of class A. So we are going to compile this. So no syntax errors. I am going to execute it. So I have to execute class B, not class A, because class B is inherited from class A. So it can access both the data members. If I execute class A, it can only execute class A members. It cannot execute class B members. Okay. So click OK here, and you can see super class constructor. That is the first constructor which is used in class A, which is been executed. So that is a proof. And then it goes into class B, execute the constructor of class B, and then it prints all the data members from both the classes. Okay. So this is how the inheritance works. Okay. Suppose we are going to use some other techniques here. I want to use separate method where I can display the output statement. So what I have to do is I have to create an separate method, void display, and then just copy all these, so open bracket and close the method. Okay, now instead of constructor just used only for initializing the values, I am executing, that is displaying all the data members in a separate method. So I will compile this and check. No syntax errors. Now when I click on new class B, you can see immediately a terminal window which opens and shows that it has executed both the constructors. That means this method call statement will create a object virtually, and that means the constructor gets executed. Now we can say that no data members is executed, so we are going to see how to execute that. Okay, so I am right clicking on the object display. Now you can see the data members is been executed. Right. Now I don't want all this, I want proper way of programming. So what I am going to do is I am going to create main function. From that I am going to create an object, and then I am going to call these method. Okay, so we are going to see that here you can see a main function has been created and an object has been created for class B. So just to remind you, if you create an object for class A, it will execute only the data members and member functions of class A. It won't execute any of the class members of class B. So you have to always create an object of class B, that is the last subclass which you are creating. So if you do that, it can access class B members and also class A members. So better to use an object, create an object using for the class B, that is subclass. Now as usual, you are going to use an object and call the display method. So this will be the proper way of executing the program. Now just observe it, right click on it, click on void main, and then click on method call message box. Now you can see that it has been a proper way of creating and executing an inheritance program. So you can see first line that indicates that the first constructor got executed, or that is the class A constructor got executed. That means the data members of class A got initialized, and then second class B constructor got executed. That means the data members have been initialized. Then finally display method has been called. So the data members has been has been executed, and you got the results here. I hope that you understood what how to create an program, and then how to create two classes and then inherit from one class to another. Okay, we will see some more videos of inheritance in the next video. Thank you.